There's a type of intelligence that never shows up on an IQ test. It doesn't get you into college. Nobody gives you a certificate for it. And yet, the people who have it are often some of the most capable, emotionally sharp, and deeply perceptive people in any room they walk into. Psychology has a name for this. It's called adversity intelligence. And if life forced you to grow up emotionally faster than you should have, if you had to read people, adapt quickly, stay calm under pressure, or understand pain before you even had the language for it, this video might explain you more than you expect. Because the human brain is an adaptation machine. When someone grows up around unpredictability, emotional tension, or situations where safety never felt fully guaranteed, the brain doesn't just survive. It reorganizes. It becomes better at scanning for danger, reading subtle signals, predicting behavior, and finding meaning in difficult things. That's not weakness. That's neuroplasticity under pressure, and it leaves very specific signs. Number 1, you read the room before anyone says a word. You walk in, and somehow you already know something is off. A small shift in someone's tone, the way two people stop talking when you enter, a forced smile, a strange silence. Most people miss it, but your nervous system catches it instantly. This isn't mystical intuition, it's pattern recognition built by necessity. At some point in your life, reading emotional energy wasn't just interesting, it helped you stay prepared. Number 2, you feel other people's needs before they name them. Someone says, "I'm fine," and you already know they're not. You notice when someone needs reassurance, space, support, or just someone to sit quietly beside them. People may call you kind, sensitive, or emotionally aware, but the truth is deeper than that. Your brain learned to track emotional states very closely. The gift is that you often know what people need before they ask. The cost is that you may carry emotional weight that was never yours to carry. Number 3, you become calm when everyone else panics. Crisis doesn't break you. In a strange way, it clarifies you. When things fall apart, something inside you gets quiet. You start thinking practically. You assess the situation. You figure out what needs to happen next. This doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means your nervous system has experience with pressure. What looks like chaos to other people can feel to you like a familiar problem that needs solving. That composure is not random. It was trained. Number 4, you analyze people the way others analyze spreadsheets. You replay conversations. You notice patterns. You remember what someone said weeks ago because it didn't match what they said today. You don't just hear words. You listen for meaning underneath them. For some people, understanding human behavior is a hobby. For you, it probably started as survival. You learned to ask, what do they really mean? What mood are they in? What might happen next? That makes you incredibly insightful, but it can also make your mind very hard to turn off. Number 5, you built yourself without being taught how. Nobody handed you a map. You drew your own. You learned how to figure things out quietly. You became resourceful. You stopped waiting for rescue. You found ways to handle situations that other people might have needed guidance for. And maybe people admire your independence without realizing where it came from. Because for you, self-reliance wasn't just a personality trait. It became a survival strategy. Depending on people may have felt risky, inconsistent, or disappointing, so your mind adapted by becoming capable. Most people call it strength. You just call it normal. Number 6, you feel things at a frequency most people don't. A song can hit you in a place you can't explain. A story about injustice can stay with you for days. One sincere act of kindness from a stranger can genuinely move you. Your emotional range is wide because your nervous system learned to register emotional intensity deeply. You don't just observe the world, you absorb it. That depth makes you compassionate, creative, and human in a rare way. But it also means you can get exhausted by things other people barely notice. Number 7, your trust is rare, but when it lands, it is deep. Most people get the polished version of you. Very few get the real one. You're not cold, you're not impossible to reach, you're careful. Your brain learned that surface-level safety does not always mean real safety. So you developed filters, You watch consistency, you pay attention to actions, you don't hand over your inner world easily. But when someone earns your trust, you don't love halfway. The loyalty, honesty, and emotional depth you bring to that bond is something most people may never fully understand. Number 8, stillness makes you uncomfortable. And now you're starting to understand why. When everything finally gets quiet, your mind gets louder. Rest can feel strange. Peace can feel suspicious. Sometimes you don't know what to do when nothing is wrong, because your nervous system is still waiting for something to happen. That is one of the hidden costs of adversity intelligence. Your brain became excellent at preparing, scanning, and anticipating. But now, part of your healing is teaching your body that calm is not danger. For someone like you, learning to rest is not laziness. It is one of the bravest skills you will ever practice. Number 9, you carry a quiet but unshakable sense of meaning. You don't move through life lightly. Things matter to you. Pain matters. Kindness matters. Loyalty matters. The way people treat each other matters. That's because you've seen enough to know that life is not something to sleepwalk through. You've had to make sense of things that maybe never should have happened. And somewhere along the way, you built a worldview from it. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth. The way people can come out of adversity with deeper clarity about what matters, what is real, and what kind of person they want to become. You didn't just survive something, you turned it into meaning. Number 10, you understand people who are struggling even when they can't explain themselves. Someone says 6 words, and you already hear the pain behind them. You can sit with someone in a hard moment without rushing to fix them. You don't flinch when conversations get heavy. You know what it feels like to be misunderstood, dismissed, or left alone with something too big to carry. And because you know that feeling, you respond differently. There is a kind of presence that cannot be faked. Therapists train for years to develop it. Some people carry it naturally because life taught them what pain sounds like when it has no words. Number 11, you grieve things other people don't even notice were lost. This one is rarely talked about. People with adversity intelligence don't only process what happened to them, they also grieve what didn't happen. The childhood that should have felt safer, the person who should have protected them better, the version of themselves that never got to be carefree, the support they needed but never received. This is a quiet kind of grief because there's no funeral for what you never had. You may feel the absence of things nobody ever named out loud. And for a long time, you may have wondered why certain memories, certain songs, certain family moments, or certain acts of kindness make you feel so much. But that sensitivity is not brokenness. It means your nervous system was honest enough to register what was missing. And that same ability is why you can recognize unspoken pain in other people. You notice what's absent, not just what's obvious. You hear the silence inside someone's sentence. That is not overthinking. That is emotional intelligence refined by experience. So here's what's worth remembering. Adversity intelligence is not something to romanticize because the things that built it may have cost you a lot. The sharpness is real, but so is the exhaustion. The empathy is real, but so are the boundaries you still need to learn. Psychology keeps showing us that the human brain is not only damaged by hardship. In certain ways, it is also transformed by it. The way you read a room, stay calm under pressure, sense emotional shifts, protect your trust, and create meaning from pain. These are not coincidences. They are the architecture of a mind that had to grow faster than it should have. The question is no longer how you became this way. Deep down, you probably already know. The real question is what you choose to do with the intelligence you built along the way. If this video described you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, which sign felt the most personal to you?